CBS News Bay Area Afternoon Edition with Ann Makovic.
Good afternoon to you. I'm Mugo Digwe in for Ann Makovic, and we begin with new details about an attack against San Francisco Mayor Daniel Lurie's security team. The mayor himself, though, was not hurt. Mission Local shared this video of the attack just before 6 yesterday evening, and you can see one of the mayor's security officers trying to restrain a man. Mayor Lurie is seen walking away as the officer eventually gets pulled to the ground. 2 police officers on the mayor's security detail were injured in that attack. It happened near the intersection of Cedar and Polk Streets in the Tenderloin. 2 suspects were arrested and taken in for questioning. Police say their investigation is ongoing. They also say one of the suspects arrested is here on your screen here. His name is Tony Phillips. This isn't a booking photo from back in 2019. And in that incident, Phillips was a suspect in a deadly stabbing on Polk Gulch. But the SF Examiner reports he never faced charges. We've reached out to the DA's office for more information. Meanwhile, the SF Police Officers Association released a statement after yesterday's attack, saying in part, "We are grateful that the officers assigned to the mayor's security detail acted swiftly and courageously to protect him in a dangerous and unpredictable situation." They went on to wish the injured officers a speedy recovery. War is intensifying in the Middle East, and President Trump appeared to rule out negotiations with Iran, calling for its unconditional surrender in a social media post. Just this afternoon, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt elaborated on the president's demand.
What the president means is that when he, as commander-in-chief of the U.S. Armed Forces, determines that Iran no longer poses a threat to the United States of America and the goals of Operation Epic Fury has been fully realized, then Iran will essentially be in a place of unconditional surrender, whether they say it themselves or not.
Now, earlier today, 3 sources, including a senior U.S. official, confirmed to CBS News that Russia is providing intelligence on U.S. positions to Iran. Leavitt was asked about that report, and she said, quote, "It clearly isn't making a difference to the military operations because we are completely decimating them." And as the conflict continues, there are new questions about how and when the campaign will end and who will be the next leader of the Persian nation. Natalie Brand has more details from the White House.
Israel stepped up strikes overnight on Iranian-backed Hezbollah targets in Beirut, while at the same time hitting Iranian regime infrastructure in Tehran.
The United States military, together with the wonderful Israeli partners, continues to totally demolish the enemy far ahead of schedule.
Iran's president has confirmed other countries have tried to begin mediation efforts. President Trump responded this morning saying there will be no deal with Iran except unconditional surrender and the selection of a great and acceptable leader. The president, in phone interviews with news organizations, says he wants the regime's leadership structure fully removed. He's also urged Iranian diplomats from around the world to help.
The United States will ensure that whoever leads the country next, Iran will not threaten America or its neighbors, Israel, anybody.
In Iran, hardline supporters mourned the death of the supreme leader during Friday prayers as the state news agency reports arrangements are being made to select a successor. Experts on the region say the Ayatollah's son has emerged as a leading candidate.
If Mojtaba indeed is chosen as his father's successor, it would indicate that the Islamic Republic is trying to have continuity, is trying to ensure that the Revolutionary Guards, that civil-military relations remain the same.
President Trump says Revolutionary Guard members can have full immunity if they lay down their arms or face guaranteed death. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and the CEOs of defense industry firms are expected to meet with President Trump at the White House later this afternoon. And we are tracking the war's impact on Wall Street. This is a live look at the big board right now. You can see it's down more than 300 points, bouncing back slightly after the index lost nearly 700 points at the open. Turmoil in the Middle East and a weaker than expected jobs report are both weighing on the market today. And the war is raising oil prices. Crude oil is now up more than 20% over the past week. It's led to more pain at the pump. According to Gas Buddy, the national average gas price has jumped 32 cents a gallon in just the last 7 days. It's now roughly $3 and 31 cents a gallon, the highest since August of 2024. And we are seeing the effect here in California. AAA reports the average cost for a gallon of gas jumped again overnight to $4.90, and that is up 9 cents from just yesterday. Stay with us for the latest on the war with Iran, and you can find updates anytime right here on CBS News Bay Area or streaming on the free CBS News app. Let's move on to your first alert weather and a live look outside on this good-looking Friday. Let's check in with meteorologist Jessica Birch.
Mostly clear skies throughout the Santa Clara Valley, which we love. And then as you take a live look from our rooftop here at KPIX, see all those blue skies over the blue water here in the Bay, which has just been such a treat for us. But let's pull up the map below me and get straight into it. Our daytime highs today are sitting in the 60s in Half Moon Bay, with the low 70s into San Francisco and across that beautiful Bay Bridge you see behind me all the way over into Oakland. Let's head all the way down south now. Santa Cruz today at 67 degrees. We have 60s all throughout the Monterey Bay, with 70s all the way over into Hollister and Morgan Hill, which looks very similar for our friends up in wine country. Now, as we head into the afternoon hours today, here's where our wind speeds are currently at. Anywhere up to around 20 mile per hour wind gusts pushing in from the north in places like Half Moon Bay. About 15 mile per hour wind gust right now all the way over into the city of Redwood City. Now, as I advance the clock, we're going to notice those winds start to slowly dwindle down as we head into the evening hours tonight. Santa Cruz is a good example. By 5 o'clock, we're down to about 13 mile per hour wind gust, which is a lot more manageable compared to what we were dealing with for the past 48 hours. The winds will continue to die down as we're gearing up for a nice warm up around the corner. I'll have more on that coming up in just a bit. Mugo?
Yes. And today's the filing deadline for candidates to get their name on the June ballot, and it's looking a little crowded. Right now, there are 13 candidates to become California's next governor, and at least 8 of them are Democrats. And that's despite the Democratic Party chair asking lower polling candidates to drop out. Rusty Hicks sent out an open letter earlier this week saying anyone without a real path to the general election should not file for the primary. Party leaders say no one tops 15% right now, which splits Democratic support, and it opens the door for 2 Republicans to grab the top spots and move to a GOP versus GOP runoff. But one candidate listened to the calls to step down. Former LA Assemblyman Ian Calderon dropped out of the race. He endorsed East Bay Congressman Eric Swalwell. According to the latest Public Policy Institute poll, look at this. Republican Steve Hilton has the most support, followed by Democrat Katie Porter and Republican Chad Bianco. Democrats Eric Swalwell and Tom Steyer round out the top 5. As you can see, they're all separated by just 1 point. Wow. In the East Bay, teachers in the Dublin Unified School District say they are going on strike on Monday if a new labor agreement is not reached. The Dublin Teachers Association, which represents about 700 educators, say the district left them no choice. The union says teachers want a 3.5% salary increase and better health care coverage. They're also seeking reduced classroom sizes and a full-time counselor at every elementary school campus. The district issued a statement saying it's committed to reaching a fair and responsible agreement that supports educators while maintaining the fiscal stability necessary to sustain strong programs for Dublin Unified students. If there's a strike, officials plan to still keep schools open under an adjusted schedule. San Francisco's world-famous Chinese New Year Festival and Parade is happening tomorrow, kicking off at 5 p.m. Parade organizers are working on last-minute preparations today. And visitors from all over, they have already arrived. We found a family visiting from Minneapolis. One father was patiently waiting in Chinatown for his daughter, you see her here, to try on traditional Chinese dresses. His daughter, Tilly, was adopted from China.
She was born in the year of the horse, and this is the year of the horse. So since we brought her home, we've celebrated Lunar New Year every year, but this year we wanted to be extra special. So we came from Minneapolis so that we could see the Dragon Parade, because we heard and read that it's the best in the country.
Extra special indeed. So far, they've been to the Fortune Cookie Factory and are looking forward to all the celebrations happening this weekend. As for the parade, it runs from 2nd and Market to Kearny and Columbus tomorrow. It's free, but you can buy bleacher seats online. Okay, still ahead at noon and streaming on CBS News Bay Area, a civil rights icon is being honored in Chicago today. The lasting legacy of Reverend Jesse Jackson and his impact on the Bay Area. We're getting new insights into the U.S. labor market, why economists were surprised by the February jobs report. We'll be right back. Happening in Chicago today, a celebration of an exceptional life. Civil rights leader Reverend Jesse Jackson is being honored at what's being called the People's Celebration. It is a public funeral at the House of Hope. Jackson died last month at the age of 84, and thousands are reflecting on his life and his fight for civil rights. Jackson's son says his father's life covered a broad spectrum of what it is to be an American. And there are plenty of notable guests in attendance, including former Presidents Bill Clinton, Joe Biden, and Barack Obama. Governor Gavin Newsom and filmmaker Tyler Perry were also seen at the service. Reverend Jackson championed a number of causes here in the Bay Area. He came to Oakland to encourage a supermarket boycott, pushing to increase food access. And he spoke at the 1984 Democratic National Convention here in San Francisco. Some say that speech redefined the Democratic Party itself.
My constituency is the desperate, the damned, the disinherited, the disrespected, and the despised. They are restless and seek relief. Give me your tired, give me your poor, your huddled masses who yearn to breathe free. And come November, there will be a change because our time has come. Thank you and God bless you.
Oakland is holding a community gathering right now outside City Hall to honor Reverend Jackson. On Capitol Hill, the Trump administration is not backing down from its threats to San Francisco-based AI company Anthropic. The Pentagon says it informed Anthropic leadership yesterday that its technology is now deemed a supply chain risk effective immediately. It's a move that could force other government contractors to stop using the AI chatbot Claude. Anthropic CEO responded saying this move is not legally sound, adding that he's ready to go to court. We got a new look at the state of the U.S. labor market. The Bureau of Labor Statistics released an unexpectedly weak jobs report showing employers cut 92,000 jobs in February. And this surprised economists who had been expecting job growth this month. And the unemployment rate ticked higher than last month. It now sits at 4.4%, and that is up from 4.3% in January. Commercial driver's licenses for more than 20,000 immigrant truck drivers are set to expire today. The California DMV tried to revoke licenses for asylum seekers and immigrants with a temporary legal status after pressure from the White House. Two advocacy groups, they sued the state and won a temporary extension, but that extension expires today. They warned this could affect tracking companies and businesses statewide and increase the cost of truckloads. An emergency order was filed yesterday in hopes of buying more time. We've reached out to the Alameda County Superior Court for any updates, but we are still waiting to hear back. Let's go back to our first alert weather now. This is a live look outside of the Golden Gate Bridge, another beautiful view of the city. Let's check in with meteorologist Jessica Birch.
Oh, that blue water matched with the blue skies above us. I love it. And you can see it behind me too from our live cam overlooking the Bay Bridge with all the ferries behind just going hard at work. Here's what's happening for us as we head outside. Currently sitting in the 60s in Half Moon Bay, 70s into San Francisco. We're warming up into the low 70s today all throughout wine country and all the way over into the East Bay as well. It looks very similar for our friends into Hollister, but the reality is tomorrow all the way into our Sunday forecast, we're gearing up for daytime highs to sit about 10 to 12 degrees above average right around the corner. Today is a warm day too, but we're just not there yet. Here's what's happening for us when it comes to the winds. Yesterday it was a lot breezier. Today, as I advance the clock from now all the way into our 5 o'clock hour, we can see wind gusts anywhere up to around 25 miles per hour in places like Vallejo. About 11 mile per hour winds into Novato. Still a little bit breezy for us along the coast too. Now, the winds are going to continue to die down as we head into our Saturday forecast, leaving us with a beautiful weekend right around the corner. Sunny skies on tap for us Saturday and Sunday. We'll see some partly cloudy conditions start rolling back in as we head into Monday and Tuesday, but it doesn't really matter much when it comes to temperatures because they average right back out to the low 70s as we head into our midweek forecast with more sunshine and more spring-like weather. Now, it is daylight saving time on Sunday, so make sure you spring that clock forward. Another thing to mention, too, as we head all the way over into our inland spots, It is a beautiful weekend ahead of us too, about 12 degrees above average in places like the East Bay and the Santa Clara Valley, but we'll also dip back down into the low 70s for just a little bit before we start to average back out into next week's forecast. March 20th, first day of spring right around the corner, but it definitely is already starting to feel like it. Mugo.
Sounds exciting. Sounds so great to me. Jess, thank you. Still ahead, a trailblazer in the world of construction. This Women's History Month, meet the Bay Area mom inspiring more women to break into the industry. We'll be right back. Welcome back. All month long, CBS News Bay Area is celebrating Women's History Month. And this week specifically is Women in Construction Week. You're probably not surprised to hear construction is an overwhelmingly male-dominated field. Federal data shows women make up just about 11% of the industry. But at one firm, Taylor Morrison, the number is 4 times that. Our Suji Nam spoke with the company's only female superintendent in the Bay Area about how she hopes to inspire more women to jump in.
This is the best office in the world. We have framers here. They're putting up first floor walls.
It's a typical busy workday for Adria Valatica.
So what are you doing here on your paper?
As a superintendent with home building company Taylor Morrison, she is overseeing the construction of more than 90 homes at Rosemary Grove in Vacaville.
I am the only superintendent for Taylor Morrison that is a woman on this Bay Area division.
Adria's passion for all things hands-on started when she was young.
My dad was an electrician. And so his friends would say, would you mind coming over and helping me? And he'd say, oh yeah, I'll bring my daughters. And I swear my dad wanted 2 boys, he got 2 girls. And so he made do with what he had.
After graduating college, she got the opportunity to build 8 homes. Those 8 homes launched her career in construction.
I am boss lady on this job site, and then I have to go on and put my mom hat and do dinner and homework.
Adria is part of the 11% of women nationally working in construction, and experts say there are barriers to increasing that number.
There's one thing to recruit women into these occupations, but you also have to train them through actual opportunities.
Enriquez Lopez Lira, labor research expert with UC Berkeley, says the opportunities for more women to join the construction industry is tied to the housing market.
If housing and construction becomes slow, the slowness we're seeing, if it becomes really persistent because of all the uncertainty in the larger economy, then you have less opportunities for that.
We just had a frame inspection done on this home today.
While it may be difficult, Adria hopes her story will inspire other women to join the business.
One of the biggest things in this industry that keeps me going is handing a homeowner their keys and knowing that I built a house that is going to outlast me.
Hoping to pave the way for the next generation of women.
Pretty cool. That's a great story. All right, coming up, a big milestone for one of the Bay Area's most iconic theaters, how the Grand Lake Theater is celebrating 100 years. Singer-songwriter Brandi Carlile is performing at Chase Center tonight. The 11-time Grammy winner is known for blending folk, rock, and country. She was in the Bay Area not too long ago when she performed America the Beautiful during Super Bowl 50 at Levi's Stadium. It has been named one of the coolest movie theaters in the world, according to Variety. And today, it's officially turning 100 years old. We're talking about the Grand Lake Theater in Oakland, and you can see its history just walking through the theater with its gold fixtures, a grand chandelier, and sparkling curtain from the original Fox Theater in San Francisco. The Grand Lake Theater has been celebrating the milestone all week and is offering tours of the building through the weekend. I've never been, so maybe that's something to do this weekend. And that is it for the afternoon edition. Remember, we are streaming 24/7 on the free CBS News app. Our next newscast is at 5 o'clock. Have a great afternoon and a great weekend, everyone.